I mean, people love it. And it's not just Northwestern. Like, Natchitoches in general is on the verge of something really big here.
Yep.
And I'm loving to see all the new businesses locating. All these things are helping our community. So, the trick is getting somebody to Natchitoches and putting them in front of all of this cool technology that we're talking about right now. So, we're live right now.
Yeah.
Can I get real close on you?
It's gonna be fun.
Hello, everybody.
I'm so glad you're the first one. Oh my gosh. All right.
Trailblazing.
Trailblazing. All right. Cool. Well, welcome everyone. This is the first edition of the Purple Priday podcast. I'm Dan Erickson. I'm the director of recruiting here at Northwestern State University, and these podcasts are. We're going to do these, try to do them every single week, and we're going to cover different topics here at the university, but more importantly, we're going to be talking to some really cool individuals. We're going to try to span the gamut of academics and, even from facilities, and to really try to find those hidden gems here on campus that we can really maybe find something you don't know about Northwestern. Today, we have the now official, because you're official as of what, like 3 days ago? I saw it in the newspaper.
Right. And I actually got the job in April, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was done, but it's kind of nice to be recognized.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to be all over the media, plastered on social media.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is nice,
Yeah. But this is Dr. Lyles. He's the department head for the School of Biological and Physical Sciences.
Yeah. Waza.
Yeah. See, like that's why he's the first one right here.
I'm trying to bring that back. I don't know if I'm being successful.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it much since the 90s.
It was an adorable commercial, if y'all remember.
I say bring it back.
Yeah.
I like it.
and look, as we go through this podcast, you're here, the main man behind the camera, Zach Bro. He is our assistant director of marketing, so he'll be chiming in from time to time. So we're just going to do this on the fly and wing it today for this podcast and just kind of see where it lasts.
Yeah, Zach told me not to tap on the desk, so I apologize. I'm very jittery, so.
Yeah.
You just do you.
That's
It's
okay.
all right.
Coffee.
You're just blowing out his eardrums every single time.
Yeah,
It's not
well, I'm
big
a
deal.
loud person, in general. I apologize for that, Zach.
Well, look, so tell me about this. What's the scope of the School of Biological and Physical Science? Obviously, it's a school, so what does that encompass? Ton of programming.
Yeah. So, we have two departments here. We have biology, microbiology, and veterinary technology. And so under that, we have applied microbiology programs, we have biology programs, and we have a associate's degree in veterinary technology. We have another department, which is the Department of Physical Sciences, and under there, we have a physical science degree, which also has a concentration in chemistry. So, when you think about it, it's a pretty big school. We have a lot of faculty. We have a lot of moving pieces. The creation of the school was before I became director, but I can say that it was a wonderful decision because it certainly has increased collaboration. It's increased our resources. We're able to pool equipment and really, kind of push our central mission, which is to create people that are enthusiastic about science, right? Yeah. So that's kind of very small explanation of what the school is, but we have, a very long mission statement, a very long vision statement, and I can totally go pull that off of any wall in this building and read it word for word, but you
don't have it memorized.
No, but
Is that not part of becoming department head?
Well, I will say that we tape it to every single office in this building, just so people can tap it on the way out of the door, just like you would.
For victory purposes.
Right. I link it to the link, right?
Yeah,
Bring
on the
it
football
back
field.
home here. Yeah. It's kind of our link. You just kind of give it a high five when you're going into battle in the classroom, and really sets the mood for the day.
Well, so let's talk about, speaking of classrooms, we're in the adaptive learning classroom in here, and that's what you may see, these orange chairs, and you're like, man, what are y'all sitting in? But these are, you're able to roll around these mechanisms. There's chairs all around here. It's really based for pods, so you can collaborate within here, and there's TVs behind us that are interactive. So tell us maybe more about like the uses of this classroom and what y'all were thinking when you built this.
Yeah, this is the Philip Cole active learning classroom. So we certainly want to thank him as a patron of our department for helping us secure grants to build classrooms like this. So it's much appreciated for all our patrons out there who are donating and building these wonderful opportunities for our students. Whether you're in biology or not, it's important to continue to create these wonderful learning environments. And here, this is what we call the fishbowl room, because you can see it's completely wide open, which for somebody like me, I'm very distracted, right? So when
I never noticed that about you at all.
when I'm teaching in here and people come by, I'm typically like, hey, like it's fun though. And one of the good things about this classroom is, like, when we're teaching bio stats, every student has the ability to hook up to a monitor. We were able to, see what those students are doing, and it's easier than if they're on their computer and the instructor's trying to go around and look at it. We can arrange the room however we want. So if we want different activities, we can arrange it. We just got some virtual reality goggles that we can cast to each of these TVs. So if we're teaching A&P in here, we can do that in a variety of different mediums, right? And the instructor can cast what he's looking at, or the students can cast what they're looking at. We can make sure that everybody's having this kind of interactive experience as we're teaching classes. And the point of doing this is just to make sure that we're delivering content in just any way possible to connect with the variety of different students that we have here.
Yeah, well, and so I know this room was full too, not just for collegiate students, but you guys, I'm surprised you look as good as you do right now, because you just ran through an entire summer camp of science and learning. Tell us a little bit more about that. How many campers did you have? What y'all focus on?
Yeah, one of the things that we try to do is community outreach, and I will give a big shout out to a lot of my faculty who are utilizing our public library, and a lot of that was prior to COVID, so it kind of got lost
Right.
in the last year. But they're going out there and they're talking about complicated scientific subjects to the public, right? Whether we're talking prior to COVID, it was vaccinations. Post-COVID, we're still talking about vaccinations, right?
Right.
So it's important that as experts in our field that we get out there and engage the public. And that's one of the big parts of our mission, is to make sure that we're contributing in that way. One of the things that I love to do is, in the community outreach realm, is to get, junior high kids here on campus in front of all this cool stuff, right? When you think of science, it doesn't always come across like, hey, this is going to be a really good time, right? Mm-hmm. But we get them in here, we let them dissect a heart, we let them dig around this is going to sound really weird, but it's just my everyday. We have a bunch of fetal pigs here in the freezer. We get a couple out, we let them cut them up, look at it. Some of them are really into it, some of them aren't, right? We let them blow things up in the chemistry lab. We let them explore a lot of different aspects. Yeah, that sounds crazy, I know, but parents, if you're watching this, I promise, totally legit. Right?
He just seems legit,
But yeah, we just have a lot of fun. There's physics. This year we had a water slide in the context of how fast can you go down, how fast can you get down the water slide, So there's a tremendous amount of activities, and we just try to make it fun, just in general, and these kids love it. One of the fun parts about it is we have a bunch of just super nerdy science games. We set up tables in here. We play games like Pandemic and Organ Attack, and it's just fun.
Yeah, well, and so that's our next generation of scientists, and those going into the different fields and coming to Northwestern State one day, right? So what's going to be on the horizon for them? What are some new programs that are what you can disclose now of things that you're working on, and what's next on the horizon for the school?
Yeah, certainly things that are already done. We have our new remote science. Let me get this right. It's RSST, Remote Systems and Science Technology. I'm very excited about this. This is all about drones, drone technology, GIS mapping. These are applicable skill sets that if you master them here at Northwestern, you will get a job immediately in the real world. And that's something that in biology, that is a big deal for me personally. I want people to leave here with some skill set that they're going to be able to market themselves to an employer.
Right, and correct me if I'm wrong too. I mean, this whole program was, I mean, I hate to say this, but it was born out of a bad thing because of the hurricane. And SWEPCO set up their mini city in Kaiser parking lot to help out the city of Natchitoches restore power and all that. And I guess everyone was talking, and it's like, how do you assess the damage, right? And it's through drone technology. It's through taking these drones and flying over timber tracks and seeing the down power lines and the trees. And I mean, that's a real applicable job that's out there because of all the damage that can occur with natural causes and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say that this is also, it's housed under criminal justice, history, and social sciences.
Right.
So they are a major we are collaborating together, and Dr. Haley is the major push to get that certificate now. It's an undergraduate certificate. So you come here, you take these classes, and you're going to walk away with a credential in this field. So, very excited about this. Like you just mentioned, SWEPCO AEP just provided us with a grant, and we're going to be working. I just met with Dr. Melder yesterday, and we're looking at how we're going to deck out this new drone. I'm affectionately calling it the drone lab, and we are going to have a redonkulous amount of technology.
Which is a measurable term on the scientific scale. Redonkulous.
Redonkulous gram, right, is a metric term, or at least I want it to be. But yeah, it's going to be insanely cool. And I'm excited about it. We previewed some of our drone stuff. We played like thermal camera hide and seek with the kids last week.
That's awesome.
The beauty of it is we never lose.
I was about to say, whoever's flying the drone, you win.
Yeah, we win immediately. And we got the sub out, and we were able to drive it around, and we put some coins in there, and the students had to try to read the date.
So the sub is, you're talking about water drone?
Yeah, water drones, and so there's a tremendous amount of things that are going to go into that program. So I'm very excited about that. One of the other initiatives, which isn't as cool maybe as drones, but we're really into science communication. And if you saw over this last year, Lord have mercy, there was a tremendous amount of misinformation out there, and there's 150,000 jobs right now for people who can read a technical scientific manuscript and communicate it efficiently to the public, and do things like podcasts, do the TikTok, right? The Instagrams, all these fun things.
Not the TikTok.
Yeah. It's just a variety of different ways that we need to be utilizing to communicate science. And so that's a big push. We've already put it in our curriculum. It's part of our quality enhancement program here at Northwestern. Some things that we just added that will start in the spring. And so I'm very excited about that. The faculty here, we do a great, I'll give a shout out to Professor Michael Scanlon, does a great job with our social media, and he's really got some good ideas for.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, by the way. Yeah, he's done a great job, right? I do, and I think he's going to do a phenomenal job helping us kind of pioneer novel ways of doing some scientific. When you think about it, you think, oh, the old mantra of publish and perish is totally not true anymore. There's a million ways to get your science out there. And so we are definitely on the side of let's teach them this way of doing it. We obviously want our students to read and write technically, but also there's amazing amounts of other ways of communicating to the public, and one being podcasting, right? So this is awesome that you guys are here today.
For sure. So look, I want to learn more about you because you're such a interesting, innovative, unique individual, right? So not to blow your head up because you won't be able to walk out that door here in a second, but so let's do rapid fire questions, right?
Okay.
Ready?
I guess.
All right, here we go. What's your favorite class to teach?
Oh, biochemistry.
Biochemistry. All right.
Yeah.
What's your hobbies? What do you do for fun?
Ooh, this is gonna sound super nerdy. I love playing tabletop war games.
Okay. Let's go dive deeper real quick into that.
Yeah, any specifics? Which
Yeah, it's like
ones?
specifics. Like, what are we talking
Catan,
All right,
Risk.
So my neighbors, who I'm not gonna throw, to the wind.
I won't either because I know them.
Has every version of Axis and Allies ever created. So I hang out with them a lot, and we play that type. But my other neighbor, who I also won't mention, in fear of being geeked out, we like to play other games, like Star Wars and Warhammer and these kind of things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sound too nerdy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to...
So you would say that episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars should not exist. Is that what you're going to say?
In relative to what we talk in 5, 6, what are the newest ones?
Yeah.
The newest trilogy? I can't do math right now. They're actually pretty good in relation to those.
That I agree with that. I can back that
The
up.
Last Jedi was atrocious.
Yes.
I will.
I
put it
didn't
on
mind The
record.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
So
You saw his face.
this guy.
Yeah.
So the original trilogy, let's just keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise on these conversations. Let's keep it civil. Keep it. 4,
We
5,
we can
and
agree
6.
to do that.
Keep it civil, and let's talk about 4, 5, and 6 if we're going Star Wars.
Oh my gosh. Are you also a Marvel fan as well?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So,
Marvel over DC though, right?
I mean, I don't even know who DC is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends. Thank you. All right, so let's see, rapid fire. What keeps you up at night, man, with being department head now? Like, what do you think about?
Yeah, anxiety keeps me awake at night. Yes.
With what? Like, tell me.
I would say 90% of my job is finding ways to support students and also support faculty. It's a very fine line to walk, helping ease relationships on there. So I am very much, and I've accepted this role. I've never really thought of myself as being great at listening to problems, and but I've accepted it. A lot of times it's working with students and working with professors to make sure that we give them the best experience possible here. And the faculty here are just phenomenal, and they are typically always willing to help situations. So that definitely is a big thing that often keeps me awake, and it's a never-ending amount of email that and unfortunately sometimes it is issues that working through student issues is a big part of my job.
Yeah, well, I think it's part of all our jobs. That's why
Yeah.
we're here. It's students first, right?
Mhm.
And we exist because of them, and that's
Yeah.
important.
Mhm.
So if you had, $5 million tomorrow, what's the first thing you would build here? What would you do?
Oh, is this like my money or is this like for biology?
Well, let's say biology first, and then I want to know what Star Wars monstrosity that you're gonna buy afterwards.
A giant Death Star in the middle of campus.
Tell me biology first, and then we'll go personal.
If I had $5 million, I would set up an endowed professorship for every single one of my faculty here so they could do the things that they're great at, right? And I think that that's another important piece of the puzzle that I would work on, because that's a big deal, having resources to get students to conferences. They're coming here, they're generating data, they're doing all the things that we're asking them to, and we need to be able to get them in front of people so they can talk about it. And finding resources to help them do that is another big piece. It's not just about equipment and facilities and things like that. It's making sure that they can do the workforce development here, but also get them in front of places and get them the resources they need to present it and just show them, like, hey man, there's more science than just here in Natchitoches, right?
Right.
So
That's important.
Yeah.
So what would you do with $5 million?
Ooh. Well, I would definitely retire.
Yeah. Don't worry about everything we talked about today.
I'd be like,
Peace out.
peace. And then I'd probably, I'd probably just hang out, play Warhammer. Honestly.
You just picture him in his boxers, like,
I mean, like, I really like my neighbors.
So I lived right across the street from him.
Yeah.
It was definitely. I'm not saying we were pushed out by anyone in particular. But I'm just kidding. It was great, man. We missed it there. We missed it in Old St. Clair.
We definitely hang out a lot, and I would probably, I don't know. $5 million, I'll have to ask Laura. Really, she's the brains behind the outfit. Really.
Where's the pants in the
Pretty
family,
much, if I got $5 million, she would turn it into magic, right? So I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, fair enough. That was a very good answer there.
Yeah.
What? So tell me about this, because I know you dabble in community involvement, because half the battle of Northwestern and being engaged with our constituents here, it's being engaged with our community too, because Natchitoches is synonymous with Northwestern, and that's awesome. So tell me about your community involvement. I know, let's see, you're in JC's, right?
Yep.
And you also are an avid dancer for Dancing with the Sigmas, which, by the way, I'm still mad that I didn't get the first place mirror ball.
If I knew we were doing something, I would have brought it with me.
Yeah, well, it's on his desk. So
I had a victory tour. That was, that was a lot of gloating. It's just really outside of my character, but I was going to let everybody have it that day. So,
man, I can't.
I can't tell you how much fun that event was.
It was a blast.
Considering, I am a nationally recognized dancer, and Brett won't let me try out for anything.
It's frustrating, and that's the ultimate collaboration.
You know,
is you being in the BFA dance program.
And I told him I have 4 years of eligibility left. Right? I never did anything in college, that would have taken away from my eligibility. So if I could, be a professional dancer here for Northwestern for 4 years, I would do it.
Yeah. What class? Like, what is ballet, jazz, tap?
Woo!
Or are we doing hip hop? Like what's your forte?
Man, hip hop would be rough on the hips. I feel like there's, watching Beyonce videos a lot here lately. I feel like that would do a lot of damage to me physically and emotionally.
Especially.
I feel like I'm more
and
of a jazz step kind of guy. I'm a lot of jazz squares.
Yeah.
I was in Greece in high school, so I did a lot of jazz squares. So that's probably where I would start.
This conversation went off the rails so quickly. That's what I love about you.
Is this supposed to be professional?
No.
I don't know.
No, this is a
Casual.
blend of.
Yeah, it's just casual.
But that's what these podcasts are going to be about. It's going to be a blend of, we want to know about the departments, but we want to know about the people. Because for me, Northwestern's about the people, and that's what makes us special and who we are, because we have such great people that work here and strive to make students, into who they are, into their futures. I mean, it's so important.
Right.
So no, this is spot on. This is, I think, exactly what we wanted for the first podcast. What else haven't we talked about that you want to say, maybe about anything in your department or any other programs you're working on or on the horizon, or any other things you want to add?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel pretty
covered
good
a lot.
about we did. Talked a lot of stuff, kind of talked about our, initiatives on scientific education. Just to kind of stress the point, we're in the process of developing other certifications, and I can't thank the faculty enough for going out and getting grants. When I started here, we basically had an HPLC that was in pieces, and we had a Maldi-TOF that hasn't been run in 10 years.
So I don't know what either of those things
are.
are.
It's okay. We don't have to go into the details. They're acronyms, super long names. But basically, over the last 5 years, this group of faculty have put together hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of grant money. And we have, NMRs now. We have a brand new GCMS. I mean, we are just killing it on the grant side of things. I'm just super excited to be the director of this group in the school at this particular moment in time. I'd like to thank the administration. They're helping us do a lot of things that we've never done before, and they're putting a lot of faith in us to make sure those things get done. I really appreciate it. I think we have very strong leadership right now. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the faculty and the people that we have in the school.
Yeah.
Because you're only as good as the people that are around you. And I think that right now we have high enthusiasm. We have people that really want to do interesting things. So we're working on environmental monitoring certificates. These are pie in the sky ideas, but they're starting to come together. And who knows, next semester, I don't want to talk about anything yet, but we might have another influx of equipment, and we may be able to get some more grants that we're working on right now. And the sky's the limit, and I'm excited about the things I have in the pipeline, and I'm excited to be a part of Northwestern right now.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think it's just feel it in the culture and what we're doing and how we're progressing and having this record enrollment year after year. So we're excited. And look, I think that's how we'll close out is what would you say to a student who's looking at Northwestern and thinking of a career or a major in biological and physical sciences? What would you say to them about what we're doing here and why they should attend?
Yeah, I would just say come, right? Like just get here. Let me show you all these things that we just talked about. Like you guys talked about earlier, or maybe we didn't talk about it here. I feel like maybe other conversations are merging together at this point. But, we talked about novel learning techniques. One example is this classroom. If we haven't talked about it, we talked about the animage and the novel approaches we're doing in things like A&P. But when you get students here, you can say all these words, and people just kind of go. But you get here and you take a tour, and you see all the equipment and the things and the process that we're doing. I mean, people love it. And it's not just Northwestern. Like, Natchitoches in general is on the verge of something really big here.
Yep.
And I'm loving to see all the new businesses locating. All these things are helping our community. So, the trick is getting somebody to Natchitoches and putting them in front of all of this cool technology that we're talking about right now. So if I was going to sell somebody, I would say, get here, take a tour, contact Vanner Erickson, get on up here, right? Come grab some Whataburger, whatever, right? Whatever it takes.
I can't wait for that Whataburger to open, by the way.
Everybody in Natchitoches is waiting on that Whataburger, right? So, it's exciting. Yeah. It's an exciting time to be here, and that's the candid truth of what's happening here in Natchitoches.
Awesome. Well, look, thanks so much for your time today. We truly appreciate it, and I think you were the perfect first person to sit down and really chat through some of this. And look, for those of you watching out there too, you can there's a link on the screen to take a campus tour here at Northwestern as well. So make sure if you're a future student watching this, make sure to do that because you get to meet awesome people like Dr. Lyles here on your tour because he does them personally.
Where's the link at? Is it like right here?
Little to your left.
It's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Lower?
No, right there.
Nice.
No, right there.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Just do it. Well, cool, man. Well, seriously, thank you for your time today, and also I know Zach's a wizard on these podcasts and what he does with videos. So he'll throw the link for the School of Biological and Physical Science too, so you can find out more information on things that we talked about today as well.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
Appreciate it, brother.
Hey,
you're the man.
All right.
All right, and look, and we'll have some other segments coming your way in the future. So stay tuned. Definitely subscribe to our channel, and what we'll be doing too is we'll be doing a lot of different things. Like one of the things you talked about is facilities and things like that. Here pretty soon we're going to sit down with some of the people at the fiscal plant, Dale Wallets and Leonard Sarpy and all those guys to find out really what makes them tick with facilities and how they manage such a broad array of campuses in different cities and all this sort of stuff as well. So that'll be coming up soon. You'll also be hearing some segments here and there. We'll be doing with our new interim president, Dr. Marcus Jones. We'll be doing a Minute with Marcus. Well, he'll be talking about different things that's on his mind. He has a full minute to say whatever he wants because he's the man in charge. So that'll be coming your way. We'll also be doing some interactive cooking lessons with Chef Kevin Polito with Sodexo. So we'll be doing a second with Sodexo where Chef Kevin will get to show you some dorm meals that you can make in 2 minutes at your dorm. So we'll be doing all kind of fun things on these podcasts, but we can't wait to see where these go as well. So thank you for your time today. And
hey, I'm gonna go ahead and plug. I'm gonna say
Go for it.
Iberville because I'm from Lower Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
So generally speaking, I eat there every day, and that food is delicious. Thank you, Chef Kevin.
he's killing it, man.
He is killing it. Thank
killing
you. From all the faculty in biological and physical sciences, especially Millard Mangrum and John Bird, who literally eat there every single day. We appreciate your efforts, friend.
I love it. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, Forkum Demons.